All right. So, under physics today, we start looking at under those are gas laws. Okay. Now, when you're looking at gas laws, or when you're looking at what we did in chemistry about changes of state, that is where it is coming from. Now, we talked about solids or gases. And when we talked about gases, we said the particles in gases are further apart from each other. Have you? So, do gases have got a shape? Do they have a fixed shape? No. Do they have a fixed volume? No. We cannot say the volume or the shape of the gas. Here there are gases here. There is oxygen, there is also carbon dioxide. But can we say the shape of the gases that we have here is the shape of a house? No. Can we find the volume of this to know the space that has been occupied by the gases? No. Our particles arranged in a gas, they are further apart from each other. That means that they have got what we call weak intermolecular forces between these two. As a result, because of the spaces, the more you heat a gas, what happens to the spaces, the more they move further apart. Same as even a liquid. When you look at a liquid, particles in a liquid are closely together than in solids. In solids, we know that particles are closely packed. But when I heat up ice, let's say ice, solid ice, what will happen? It means that the particles will gain energy and start to break free from one another. As a result, this ice will start turning into a liquid. The more I heat up this liquid, what is happening? The more the spaces becomes wider. The more this now changes now into a gas. And in the gases, the more I heat a gas, the more I heat up a gas, what is happening to the spaces? The spaces become bigger. As a result, the intermolecular process becomes very weak. Why? Because gases, the particles in the gas move at random motion. So we're saying, according to the kinetic theory of gas laws, we're saying the particles of matter are further apart. Therefore, there are large spaces. There are large spaces between them. That's what we're talking about to say, if this is a gas, when you look at the particles that are like this, how are particles? Particles are further apart. As a result, there are much bigger spaces between them. That's why gases, particles are able to move at random motions. The forces of attraction between the particles are very weak and negligible. What does it mean? It means that what is in between. Now look at the forces of attraction in solids. How are the forces of attraction in solids? Are they strong, weak, or very weak? What can you say? Which one? The forces of attraction in solids, are they very weak, strong, or just weak? Strong. They are strong. Why? Because they are closely packed. You are close, they are squeezed. You are squeezed together. As a result, since you are squeezed together, it means that the forces of attraction in between is strong. But in here, in a gas, the particles are further apart. So what is happening to the forces of attraction between? They are very weak. The particles are much smaller than the spaces that exist between them. The gas pressure is due to the collisions of the gas particles with the walls of the water container. Now, look at this. If you get a glass bottle, okay, you want maybe bin, then you start burning them. Do you watch nicely to see how bottles are burning? Do you do that? No. For example, a bowl. Let's say a bowl. Yes. So, we're saying, if you throw, for example, bulb with a seed, and which are seed then it starts to burn. Do you wait and see how the bottle is being burnt? No. Why? What will happen? It will burst. Yes. Why is it bursting? It's because of what? The pressure. Why is the pressure coming from? As you are burning, what is happening? The particles inside are gaining kinetic energy and start moving at random motion. Why? What is happening inside? What is happening to the volume? Is the volume becoming smaller or is the volume becoming bigger? As you are burning, what is happening? Why is the bottle bursting? Is it because the volume becomes small or the volume becomes bigger?
It becomes bigger.
Yeah?
It's bigger.
Even why bottle is symbolic if at all I'm bending it. For example, tatenga bottle ya pound so taipaka pound then we start hitting it. What will happen to this bottle? It will burst. Yes. Why is it bursting? That's the question. Is it because the volume is becoming smaller or the volume is becoming bigger?
It's becoming
the volume becomes what? Okay, do you understand what it is? The volume it means the space. Yeah. When you are burning something, does the space becomes bigger or smaller for it to burst?
So it becomes smaller, sir.
So the volume
becomes smaller.
The volume
becomes smaller.
The volume of the bulb becomes what is small. Why? Because of what? The collision. Because the particles are gaining energy, so they want to do what? To escape. As a result, the volume becomes what? Smaller. And because of the what? The pressure. The pressure is what? Increased, but the volume is become what? Small. As a result, they want to be on a large space. As a result, to what? Burst. So that they can increase the volume of that. Manje, if at all, maybe it changes the chukuru, maybe. For example, that's why you come at. Let's say, for example, we have got this. This is like, for example, a syringe, a syringe. Now, when I don't say a syringe, what is happening to the volume? I'm increasing the volume. So, if there were some gas particles here, is the pressure going to be high or low? If I increase,
low.
The pressure will be what? Low. Yes. Now, I'm going to pulse. So, what is happening? The volume is what? I'm decreasing the volume. Yes. What is happening to the pressure itself? The pressure what increase. That's why ngati mwapoka baluni waenda tunkalepo ngati wangalapo but what happen is a body. Yes. Why body? Because ita upweza chani volume. You are reducing the size. When you reduce the size, what happens to the pressure? The pressure becomes what? High. I don't know if you're getting it. Yes. So when the pressure is increased, when the volume is reduced, the pressure does what? Increase. And then when the pressure increases, the volume does what? Reduces. It's the opposite. I don't know if you're getting it.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to Bohr's law. Bohr's law states that the volume of the fixed mass of the gas is inversely proportional to the pressure acting on the gas at a constant temperature. This is the equation that we have under Bohr's law. So Bohr's law deals with what? Pressure and what? Volume. This means that when pressure is increased from an initial value P1 to a final value P2, the volume will do what? Decrease from an initial value of V1 to final value V2. Now let's look at an example and we're going to exercise. Now in here, we're supposed to convert the what? The volume. We're supposed to change the volume from what? From centimeters to what? Decimeters. Volume must always be in what? Decimeter or cubic. That is why last time we learned about conversion what? Units. How do you convert? If you are converting volume in decimeter cubic, what happens? You get the volume in what? Centimeter cubic. You divide by what? 1000. If you are converting the volume into decimeter cubic from meter cubic, you get the volume in meter cubic. You what? Multiply by what? 1000. If you are changing the volume into decimeter, get the volume in centimeter divided by what? 1000. If you are converting the volume into decimeter from meter cubic, you do what? Multiply. But because some advices is something like that. Now let's look at the question. A quantity of a gas with a volume of this. So the volume that you are given per phase is what? The initial. So V what? V1. Let's write the data there. V1, the quantity of a gas with a volume of 9. So V1 is what? 9 decimeter cubic. Is under a pressure of what? 150 kilopascal. K is what? 1000. So it showed pressure number what? 1. What was the pressure? 150 what? Kilopascals. So we can change. Kilo means what? 1000. Like I've got 1K, it means that I've got what? 1000. So in short, pressure number 1, we can just write as what? 150 what? 1000 pascals. Only when that we could K. Then the pressure of the gas is what? Increased. So increase. So the pressure, imagine, becomes pressure number what? 2. So pressure number 2 is what? 200 K pascals. But it will be P2 is equal to what? 200 what? 1000 pascals. Then we're going to come back. What is the new volume? What volume are we looking for? V2. We don't know. Oh, again, from new question. Then so we go to the formula now. So we go to the formula P1, V1 is equal to what? P2, V2. What is our P1? Our P1, we use this one. 150,000. Multiplied by what is our V1? Our V1 is what? 9. Is equal to what is our P2? Our P2 is what? 400,000 times what? V2. What is this times this? Give me that. What is 150,000 times 9? Just put it in. Come on. 350
equals 0.
Okay. Is equal to what? 200 what? 1,000 V what? V2. Divided by what? 200,000 divided by what? 200,000. So this and this out. V2 is equal to what?
6.75.
6.75. 5 what? Decimeter what? Cubic. Even though I used my kilos, the answer is still what you said. But I want to be convinced just in case for exercise now also. Apapalibe kilo, apachapeshan pa, apapali what? 70k pascals like that. So this is the answer. So what has happened if you can observe? When the volume was 9, the pressure was what? 150. After we increased the pressure to 200, what happened to the volume? Did the volume increase or decrease? Decreased. Yeah, it became what? 6. So that means that when the pressure is increased, then the volume does what? Reduces. When the volume reduces, the pressure does what? Increases, and the opposite. Just like that. That's simple. I think for me, we call it a night. There is English there, right? On the advantages. Right?
Don't make this up.
No, exercise.
Exercise.
Once you are done with exercise for physics, if you are taking English, you go to English there.
Mathematics sasa mna making.
Isachonga.
Utasoma
So, to you. Manje mbele. Write all the advantages or disadvantages of keeping a dog or dogs at home. Your composition must be between 250 to 350 words. Just one. Yes. Oh, okay, nice. So, and then I talked to you the time that we were looking at the composition. The one that you're writing about the ideal life partner there. I've always told you time without number. As you're writing on the composition, avoid slanging words. Aya, madont, dint, ishuduntu. You're slanging. Kanti, Nagatin of the words at the end of the paragraph. This thing I keep on repeating myself, but you keep on doing the same thing. You want to write volume, volume at the volume. No, that is wrong. So your composition and checking because you're supposed to write what is correct. That's why yesterday I chased some people, not because I hate you or anything. I've got nothing to hate you for. You are here to learn. I love everyone equally. But if I see that you're not doing things that I expect you to do, that I know will help you for exam, then it means that now there's a conflict now between you and I. So this composition, you're writing either the advantages or the disadvantages of keeping a dog or dogs. Now, when you're writing a composition, you're supposed to plan. You are supposed to plan. Advantage. Okay, advantage. You check the part of what? Disadvantage. Now, which part am I going to get? It doesn't matter to say, there are other people that keep dogs because of what? Income. Because of others, they keep dogs because of what? Food. So write about that. It doesn't matter that Muzan is my dear guy, so you can put the food. Other people because of Congo. So, plan which side you're going to get. Otherwise, that's why I told you to say most of you sometimes you can start writing the composition. We're picking very fast, at advantages, advantage security because you are going to write after whatever advantage security. Mawezi ya sia. Takalipo pale 250 hapa. So ya sia. Mambo gani za matengeneza kwa kuchana. Balance ninja kwa so cancel you start over like that, which is wrong by example. You don't do that by example. So plan which side you are going to get. Is it the advantage or the disadvantage? Hey. Is it the advantage or disadvantage? And according to what I said, make sure that you make your composition to be very interesting. Very interesting.
Okay, sir.
That's why I've told you time without number. You people that watches movies and all that like that, especially Sevako Ziwata, you even explain last time. When you're watching a movie of Ziwata, you must you're supposed to watch another episode. Why? Because so as you are concluding the paragraph, make sure that you leave your reader into what is suspense. By the time they come to realize it, composition was here. That's what you write. But do not start in a boring way. Again, it's not all the composition again that you start, once upon a time. I talked about narrative composition. Narrative is about what? Telling a story, but in form of writing. So when you're told to narrate, it means that you're saying how it was. That was describing, but here today is about what? Advantages. So you can say, how do you start? You can start with a dog is considered to be a man's best friend because maybe that is the paragraph. You're opening up the paragraph. Then after you open up the paragraph, the second one is now the main one, body. The actual weight. What are you supposed to write about? So what? Advantages.
The introduction, sir.
The first paragraph, the introduction. Composition has got introduction. So what is your introduction there? Maybe you can start by saying, maybe you just explain what a dog is according to how you feel. To say a dog is considered to be what man's best friend. Maybe 3 or 4 sentences. Then you go to the next paragraph. The next paragraph must be the main body. Your actual work about what you have been told to write about, which is the advantages or either disadvantages. That's why I'm saying that check advantages, write advantages of what you think advantages of keeping a dog. And I know one of them is what? Security. Okay, let's check. Advantages. Can you tell me advantages just in summary?
Security.
One is security. What are the advantages of keeping a dog? Yes? Income, advantage. Income. It means when you've got a dog, like in Kazi, sell them more money. What else? Source of food.
Congo.
Yes.
Congo.
Source of food.
So that's one gentleman. Yes, Congo.
I'm going to explain. Congo. If you feel this is not the advantage, don't put it there. Find your own advantage. Pack up. Other people they eat. It's a source of food for other people. As you're explaining, you are not explaining for you. For other people. Other people keep dogs because it's a source of what? Food. You have never heard of countries where they eat dogs. From Ghana, even Ghana they eat dogs.
Yes.
Check by YouTube. Just go by YouTube to say countries that eat dogs, and they'll even show you how they do it. Papaya, they'll show you a video.
Yes.
Yeah. Apart from that, is it the only advantage? No. Advertising. How?
As yes,
advertising. How?
Manyimbo sa. Kuma ngarati kapanga music video sana nashika ari wakumbwira naye wozafuna ati naye stand. Anjushie.
Anjushie ile. Anjushie go ile. Let me have listening to what you are saying. Anyway, put it there. When you are saying, but someone I am with that. You only pain. That's not okay. You will do. You go back. You start writing. Add more. Ero composition yako ipange chote sense. Otherwise mwala papa. We're going to tonight from there. I want my physics there and I want my English, my composition.